Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the C.R. Lawrence part number BM6X6ABN. So this is the BM series pull handles. And the BM, the B is really the handle shape itself. The M is going to get you this washer that's back here. Okay, and this, when you buy one, you're buying a set of pull handles, and this is what they look like when they ship. This is a set of pulls. They're screwed together. They're held together by the set screws that are installed. Okay, and if I were to loosen those, the pulls will come apart. 6 by 6, that means that the size is 6-inch center, and that it is in the ABN, antique brushed nickel. Antique nickel. Very nice quality fit and finish on this. And the Allen wrench is used, or is included, which is used to separate the pieces and to install them, which I will do now. Available in several different finishes, by the way. And I'll read them to you now, and I'm looking at them. Actually, let's pull this down here. Okay, the different finishes: ORB for oil rubbed bronze. Then you're going to be able to do the ABN, which is antique brass, brushed nickel. BN for brushed nickel. BR for polished brass. BS for brushed stainless. BSC for brushed satin chrome. CH for polished chrome. PN for polished nickel. PS for polished stainless. SB for satin brass. SC for satin chrome. SN for satin nickel, and then W for white. So I've loosened those. That interior pull handle will come straight off. Set screws would generally be on the inside. They don't have to be on the inside, but generally you'd find them on the inside of an installation. Then we're going to have the mounting studs here and here, and we'll just loosen one of them. And all I'm doing is keeping the washer captive, or the backing washer captive. Oh, I'm turning the collet around the nut, not the nut itself, as I'm trying to loosen that. I'm turning that and it's just not moving. There's a bushing that's over the material, which we'll demonstrate in a moment. Okay, so that would be your outside handle. That's what it's going to look like. So that whole stack first was going to give you a plastic washer. You're going to definitely want to use that. You don't want any metal touching metal. And by the way, this set weighs about 0.9 pound, or at least it does with the box that it ships in. So that plastic washer will go down first. Then you're going to have the bushing that will go on the inside of the glass, which we're going to talk about the glass requirements, to which the bolt will go through. Obviously, then your interior washer, plastic gasket, your metal washer, then there'll be a small plastic shim that will go underneath the brass collet, and then the bolt that goes through all of it. Okay? So we've got the plastic washer, the bushing. Very nice quality material. What I really enjoy most about C.R. Lawrence's series of shower door enclosure hardware is that its fit and finish is always exceptional, and that's because the base material is brass, which will afford you a high quality fit and finish. Okay, now we'll get this put back together, and let's go over the dimensional requirements of this material as it is. So 6 inch is going to be a reference to the center to center. That means you have to have a 6-inch center to center on the mounting holes to allow you to then those set screws are just going to set right inside of the shoulder of the bolt. Hold that on there as I just tighten the set screws. And you want to be careful when you're inserting the wrench into the set screw. You don't want to miss the set screw and scratch the surface of the material. No reason to over tighten it. However, when I install these, I always have some thread lock material with me that you can get at a hardware store. Sooner or later, these pull handles will loosen. They will, sooner or later. And thread lock, while they'll still loosen even with thread lock, you significantly increase the amount of time before they will loosen on you. Okay? Just word to the wise. Okay, now, the diameter of the material is 3/4 inch, which means that you're going to have a 6 3/4 overall height on the pull handles. 6 3/4 on the pulls. The washers themselves, I bet they're about an inch and a quarter or so diameter. Yeah, indeed, they're 1.25 inch diameter on the washers. If you were to change the 6X6 to 8X8, you'd have the same poles, just larger. This is what's called tubular construction. Tubular is short for a hollow rod. It's a tube of solid brass with this brushed nickel finish on it. The BM series of back-to-back tubular pull handles with metal washers are constructed of 1.5 millimeter thick, heavy brass tubing. Consists of one pull for each side of the door. This is a back-to-back set in 6 or 8 inch sizes. Decorative metal backup washers are included, as well as plastic washers to protect against glass to metal contact. Additional product information tells us that you're going to work with doors from 1/4 to 1/2 inch. You know, that's every shower door's thickness in the world. 3/8 is very common. 1/4 to 1/2 inch. You're going to need a 1/2 inch hole through the door. Can it be a little larger? It can. Can it be a little smaller? I suppose it can. You've got that bushing that's there, though, and that's the problem. I've had people tell me that they've got a 1/4 inch hole through the door, and the bolts were 1/4 inch, and, you know, not a lot you can do there because the glass is tempered. There's nothing you can do there except supply the material prepped properly. I happen to know that the client installed the material and wrapped a piece of tape to insulate the metal from the glass. I don't know what the success was there. I expect that it worked. But it wouldn't, you know, as you're pulling the door, you really need to have proper insulation between metal and glass. So 1/2 inch hole is the size that you're going to need. The proper center then. Okay. The washers are used when someone is looking for a different look, maybe a more elegant look. It does change the look of the installation when you have this washer versus those series that do not have washers, which of course are very typical and common. You cannot install these without the washers because it's fixed on the opposite side. Also, people will order them because they have an abnormally large hole in the door as well. And once glass has been cut and then tempered, very often people will elect to work with what they have rather than order a new piece of glass, which would be quite costly. Finally, there is almost a tantamount. There is a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet that will allow you to review the different pull handles that are there, and they're 6 inch and 8 inch size. There is all of those different part numbers are all different series of this material, and there's lots of them to review. Reviewing all of that material may be best done by the link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up the shower door enclosure product catalog, which would be very handy to fully review. If you are open to ideas of what you're looking for, I would recommend that you open that catalog, because it will allow you to not only review them, but capture the part number, populate that back into the website, and then you'll be able to continue on with your purchase. On that manufacturer's page are also all of the top-level categories of material available from Sierra Lawrence, whose footprint within the door industry is ever present, whether it be glass door hardware, whether it be aluminum storefront hardware, manual hardware, architectural metals, a variety of other specialty items that really, some of those items, only CRL can supply. Any questions on the Sierra Lawrence This is their part number BM6X6ABN, pair of antique brushed nickel pull handles or any other Sierra Lawrence product. Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.